Hey guys, I wanted to show you an update for the Dynamic Cemetery Environment Packs blueprints. I've been working around and toying with them for the last couple days. The materials themselves I have yet to touch. They're still very basic, thrown together, so that it really hasn't changed. But the functionality for the blueprints is much more refined and is a lot closer to what I'm going for when I'm ready to release and submit this to the Unreal Marketplace. So let me begin by dragging in a couple of these blueprints. And the first thing you guys should notice is that it is all coming out of one blueprint now, and it is procedurally generating which mesh or chunk is being rendered, along with what you guys saw before with the material. So, you'll also notice that some of these have base meshes now, so there's a base to the tombstone. This is toggleable, so I can turn this on or off. Alrighty, and we can also grab the number and edit it, so we can pick the mesh on the fly if we decided the one that it picked for us was not what we wanted. So we do have the ability to edit that. We can also change the strength of the name. So let me go to the second name. It's a little bit easier to see. So basically, it's just affecting the normal right now. It will affect the ambient occlusion as well. You can also see that the detail, which is new. Again, it's just a real quick skull design. I have a cross on here as well, which is kind of just thrown on here. The placement is not really thought out, and there'd be much more design to these details. But you can see that you can toggle the details on and off. I'm aiming for 4 details per tombstone. 2 or 3 of them are going to be decorative, and at least 1 is going to be kind of cracks and chips inside or on the mesh. We still have the ability to change the colors for our tombstone mesh. So you can see here, let's make it a little bit more green. We can now play with the saturation, which I do not believe was functioning the last time I gave you guys an update. So we can make things very saturated. We can make them desaturated. Right now it's not constrained, so you can really kind of push it to absurd saturations or desaturations. But the randomization is constrained into more of a realistic desaturation value. And we can still play around with the color value, so I can brighten it or darken it however I want. You'll notice that my changes currently right now are not affecting the base mesh. If I do want that to affect the base mesh, I can click this, and whatever I do will affect both of them. Or if I'd like to add a little bit of contrast between the two, that is possible as well, just by unchecking that checkbox. If I wanted to use a chunk, so if I wanted like a broken part to like one of these ones land on the ground, I can toggle broken chunk. The randomization will generate them, and you can set the seed number basically right here. So right now there's only like a 3.5% chance of one of these rendering, which actually I believe... Oh, no, I guess the one didn't render when I pulled it out. So we can do that. You can also pick the chunk number as well. They are on a separate variable than the actual static meshes. So let me close that back off. If I want, let me turn my base back on. If I come back down here, if I wanted to bring in a custom mesh that was not part of the Dynamic Cemetery package, let me grab a prop here. And let's say this is a new mesh, so I can drag this on. And if I click on my custom mesh, it'll override. So now here is my custom mesh. And you'll notice that it is holding the material that is on here. But let's say I wanted to throw on a new material. I can do that as well. I could, obviously take the material instance from this as well if I really wanted to, and throw that back in there. Oops, sorry. So there we go. That is the current state of everything. I do want to have functionality for base only. Currently, that is not working. That will be working soon, though. As you can see, it doesn't really. It just kind of goes back to the default. So that is what I will be working on now. Is getting the last of this functionality working, and then I will finish up the last couple of meshes that I need to model, and I will begin to actually paint real materials and assemble the actual package. So thank you for your time, and hope you enjoyed.